Okay, bye. Thank you. Hey, welcome back to another in the series of the virtues of Christ. Looking forward to you being with us today as we cover this wonderful and important topic on being virtuous. Lord bless you. Hey, welcome back as we continue on talking about the 7 virtues. We want to talk today about peace. We need peace. People talk about give peace a chance. And they believe that peace is the absence of conflict. However, the most important type of peace is internal peace, having peace inside the heart, inside of your life. All of us need peace. In fact, I know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to an audience of the next generation. And so a lot of you think that smoking some marijuana will give you peace. It may give you a calmer state of being, of mind for a few hours, but it is not peace. You can have peace by worshiping God. What does it mean to worship God? It means to giving God honor and just thanking God for goodness. I've been to a club where there were lots of former addicts, crack, cocaine, methamphetamines, alcohol. And in this club, these dudes had so much joy because they were just praising God and got a high on life, thanking God for saving them and for delivering them from this monster, from this demon called addiction to whatever. I grew up in a culture where marijuana was pretty much commonplace. And I can tell you that it does not give you joy and peace. In fact, lots of my friends who were very academically inclined started smoking ganja, reefer, weed. Eventually became more and more backwards and became socially troubled. And you may want to disagree, but marijuana does not give you peace. Getting drunk does not give you peace. Peace comes from God, because when we have a clear conscience, there's nothing like it. Having a clear conscience in the sight of God and people, being free. So everyone wants a sense of peace, i.e. happiness, i.e. internal tranquility, hence the need or the practice of yoga and meditation, going to the gym, going skydiving, seeking internal peace. And peace is achievable. Having peace with God is the number one peace. And when you and I have a conscience that's been satisfied, cleared, that's peace. And so the song goes, in the midst of trouble, when trouble comes my way, God's peace also comes. And then I could say with my soul, it is well, it's all right, it's okay, it's cool, bring it on. Peace with God. So we need peace. But the peace that we need is peace that comes from above. Jesus said, my peace I give to you, not as the world give it. I give you peace. In the Hebrew, it's the word shalom. God's peace. Peace. So the power of these virtues we're talking about is the power of worship. Again, all of us worship somebody, something. We all do. Worship doesn't mean to lift your hands and bow on your knees. Those are acts that we do in the act of worship. But worship could be me going to this dude right here and say, man, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. You're awesome. You're Mr. Awesome Sauce. You're okay. I'm worshiping him. I'm giving him thanks. But if I attach to that he's going to do something, meet my needs, help me out, bond us together, and look to him as a superior, then I'm worshiping him as a deity, and that is a crime in the sight of God, a sin. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So in the virtues, we worship God, worship him, we hunger for God, and we thirst for God. Waking up in the morning and seeking God's presence, God's face with prayer. Nothing like it. If you hunger for God, He's going to meet your needs and make your day. That's guaranteed. Second is to have a heart condition, the internal condition, the internal person that is pure. It's required. And have a meek heart, a heart that's so humble. I was sharing with my wife the other day that I had done a workshop at this mighty historic African American church in the state of Mississippi. Huge church, historic, been around a long time, called Black's Chapel. And afterwards, I felt I needed to clean up, help to clean up. There's a crew who's cleaning up. So I went around, and wasn't my job, but just tried to clean up. And there was a dude there. And I asked, would you please help me, because I don't want to leave this trash in the church hallway. And he said, excuse me, I am Dr. So-and-so. I teach at the university. I don't take out the trash. And I said, pardon me, sir, I'm sorry. And so I did take the trash out myself, or made sure it was properly taken care of. I was so jolted by that statement that he could not help to take out the trash. And here's what the virtue says: blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So this dude with his doctorate degree, he was not meek. He wasn't humble. Because he's a doctorate degree, he couldn't take out the trash out of the building that people go to worship God in. Another one of the virtues is in the behavioral action, the social behaviors. Being kind, making peace, kindness. Being kind. There's a difference between being kind and being nice. Being nice, people can walk over you easily because you're nice. You're seeking something. But to be kind is to actually be in control of your generosity and to give it, to be kind. You may have your last piece of bread and you're sharing it in being kind. Tell you a story. One of my sons in the kindergarten took his lunch to school. And this other boy needed lunch. And he took his lunch and gave it to this boy. So he came home, he was hungry. And his mother, my wife, asked him, what happened to your lunch? Well, this boy, he gave the name of the child, didn't have any lunch, so I gave him my lunch. That is virtuousness, kindness, being kind. And it is a type of social behavior that comes from Jesus on the cross, being kind. And again, mourning when we suffer the loss of a loved one. It could be an animal. But God gives us peace in the middle of the storm. The power of these virtues is it changes lives. It transforms people. So I hope today it's been a blessing in understanding the power of virtuousness, worshiping God, having a heart that's after God, that's pure and meek. Mark 5:30 says, and Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, he turned about and he says, who touched me? Today, you and I can touch Jesus, his garment. Virtue will come out of him and heal us and make us new people, loving people, kind people. We want to be around people who love, people who are nice. But yet, if we're around people inspired by God with kindness, with love and patience, and goodness and virtuousness, we say, man, he's such a good person, such a nice person. But really what they're saying, that person's filled with divine virtue. You and I can be virtuous and allow Jesus to live through us with virtuousness. Thank you all. God bless you.